Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jnana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Swa Shri Rupam Sagadatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhutam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakan Vitam Scha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radhikanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisavanusiti Devi Namami Hari Priya Vanta Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanyo Vaishnavyo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita cities ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita cities chapter 14. The three modes of material nature. Text number 22 to 25. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasam cha prabhritim cha Moham beva cha pandava Na dvesti samprabhritani Na nibritani kankshati Udasina vad asino Gune yona vichalyate Guna vartandriti evam Yovastitati ningate Samaduka sukha swasta Samalosta smakanchana Tulya priya piyo dhiras Tulya nindhatma samstuti Manapamanayo stulyas Tulyo mitradi pakshayo Sarvarambha padityagi Gunatita swauchati Next person. Next person. Dasina vadasino gunayona vichalati yovastitati nengate samaduka sukha swasta Manapamana Tulyas Tulyo Mitradi Pakshaya Shabaramba Parityagi Gunatita Suchyate. Matajis. Nadvesti Sampravitani Nandi Vitali Krishati Manapamanya Tulyas Tulyo Mitrari Pakshashu Sarvaramba Parityagi Gunatita Samyate. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Prakasam, illumination, Cha, end, Pravritim, attachment, Cha, end, Moham, illusion, Kevacha, also, Pandava, O son of Pandu, Nadvesti, does not hate, Sampravritani, although developed, Nandibritani, no stopping development, Kankshati, desires, Udasinavat, as if neutral, Asina, situated, Gunain, by the qualities, Jaha, one who, Na, never, Vichalyate, is agitated, Guna, the qualities, Varatante, are acting, Ityevam, knowing thus, Jaha, one who, Avatistati, remains, Na, never, Ingate, flickers, Sama, equal, Dukkha, in distress, Sukha, and happiness, Swasta, being situated in himself, Sama, equally, lost star, a lump of earth, ashma, stone, kanchana, gold, tulya, equally disposed, prayer, dear to the dear, apriya, and the undesirable, Dhira, steady, tulya, equal, ninda, in defamation, adma samstuti, and praise of himself, mana, in honor, apamanayo, and dishonor, tulya, equal, tulya, equal, mitra, of friends, ari, and enemies, pakshayo, to the parties, sarava, of all, aramba, endeavors, parityagi, renouncer, gunatita, transcendental to the material moods of nature. Saha, he, uchate, is said to be. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, let's see, Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present, or long for them when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions with the material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the moods alone are active, who is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon the lump of earth, a stone and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal towards the desirable and the undesirable, who is steady, situated equally well in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treat alike both friend and enemy, and who has renounced all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the modes of nature. Purport. Arjuna submitted 3 different questions, and the Lord answers them one after another. In these verses, Krishna first indicates that a person transcendentally situated has no envy and does not hanker for anything. When a living entity stays in this material world, embodied by the material body, it is to be understood that he is under the control of one of the 3 modes of material nature. When he is actually out of the body, he is out of the clutches of the material modes of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. He should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord, so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. When one is conscious of the material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. One does not need this material body, and it does not need to accept the dictations of the material body. The qualities of the material modes in the body will act, but as spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. how does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Though transcendentally situated, the devotee becomes automatically free. He need not try to become free from the influence of moods of material nature. The next question concerns the dealings of a transcendentally situated person. The materially situated person is affected by so-called honor and dishonor offered to the body, but the transcendentally situated person is not affected by such false honor and dishonor. He performs his duty in Krishna consciousness and does not mind whether a man honors or dishonors him. He accepts things that are favorable for his duty in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he has no necessity of anything material, either a stone or gold. He takes everyone as his dear friend who helps him in his execution of Krishna consciousness. And he does not hate his so-called enemy. He is equally disposed and sees everything on an equal level, because he knows perfectly well that he has nothing to do with material existence. Social and political issues do not affect him, because he knows the situation of temporary upheavals and disturbances. He does not attempt anything for his own sake. He can attempt anything for Krishna, but for his personal self, he does not attempt anything. By such behavior, one becomes actually transcendentally situated. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In text 21, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna 3 questions. One question was, what are the symptoms of a person who has transcended the 3 modes of material nature? What are the qualities that one could see on someone and can be able to understand this person has transcended the modes? The second question was, what is his behavior? How does he behave? And the last question was very, very strong and specific. What is the process of transcending the modes of nature? How did he transcend the modes? How did he do it? So the last question Krishna will answer in text 26. For the first and second question, Krishna is answering them in these 3 verses. So the first thing here Lord Krishna mentioned is prakasham cha pravrittim cha boham eva cha pandava. Prakash. And Prabhupada said he does not hate illumination. How do they connect? How do they connect? Prakash, Prabhupada said illumination. How does that refer to one who has transcended the modes? Prakash. Illumination. Krishna is saying, one who has transcended the modes of nature is attracted to spiritual things, is attracted to knowledge about Krishna, is attracted to devotional service to Krishna. He does not hate the process of Krishna consciousness. He appreciates it. It's a symptom of a person who has transcended the modes. The reason majority of people are not taken to Krishna consciousness is not because Krishna is not God. It's not because there's something wrong with the philosophy. It's not because they are not pure devotees to present Krishna consciousness. It's because of our ignorance. Ignorance. So Sri Goswami said, every conditioned soul in this material world suffers because of ignorance. It's ignorance that is making us to suffer. So Prabhupada said here, illumination. He does not hate illumination. A person who has transcended the modes, he is attracted to spiritual life, to God consciousness. He has attraction, he has taste for Krishna consciousness. He likes religious things, he likes to hear. His attraction is not for sense gratification. His attraction is for Krishna consciousness. So the word illumination is used here. And then Krishna continued. A person who has transcended the mode of nature has no attachment, and he is not in ignorance. Now he is out of ignorance. Therefore, the symptom of one who is not in ignorance is that he has knowledge. What is knowledge? The knowledge is not how to. Here in the material world, if one has gone to school to learn how to cook, is given a certificate and is considered to be having knowledge. Right? If you know how to mix spices together very nicely, you have a big certificate, and you are considered a learned person, an educated person. That is not the knowledge Krishna is talking. Krishna is referring to the knowledge of understanding that I am not this body. That means one is done with the false ego. False ego stands in between the living entity and the reality. So false ego means the juncture, the middle between the reality and illusion. So false ego demarcates us from the reality, may make us not to understand exactly what we should do and the thing we should do. That's the false ego. And grossly, false ego means this body. I am this body. So a person whose consciousness is illuminated with the Krishna consciousness, his knowledge, he is beyond the body. He knows, I am not this body. Therefore, the modes of nature may act, but he is, or she is, separate from the body. See, he does not act within the body. The body will function. How the body functions is already described in chapter 5. Lord Krishna gave a detailed description of how the body functions. The soul is living in the city of 9 gates, and the gates are very, very active. But the soul who has realized himself or herself that is not the body, he simply look at how the senses are acting, and he does not participate. That person is transcendental. The Krishna said, he's transcendental. He has gone above the body. The activities of a person who has gone above the body, it is completely clear. Arjuna wants to see, how can I identify the person who has transcended the mode? What is activities he does? Does he react to a situation the same way which I do? How do I know? Everything has qualities with which we used to distinguish something from something. That this is a table. This is characters. This is a book. There are qualities. that makes the distinction. So I just want to see what are the qualities I can see in a person who has transcended the modes. So Krishna is now giving the eye to see. What to see? By taking the eye of the scripture and looking at the whole material world, looking at everybody, it is not difficult to understand the future of everyone in Krishna consciousness. It's not difficult. Krishna conscious philosophy is so simple, it's so easy, so pure, so transcendental, that by looking at somebody, by looking at the activities which we do, you can understand exactly where everyone is, where everyone is going, just by using the eye of the scripture. So Krishna said here, he does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present, or long for them when they disappear. In other words, a transcendentalist does not lament. A transcendentalist does not hanker. He is in the middle. In chapter 2, Lord Krishna said, eligibility for going back to Godhead is what? One who is in the middle of happiness and distress and is equal to both is qualified to go back to Godhead. Krishna did not say person is qualified to go to Godhead if he is happy. Krishna didn't say that. Krishna did not say a person is qualified to go to Godhead if he's in distress. Krishna didn't say that. Krishna said a person who is qualified to go back and back to Godhead is in the middle of both sides and he is not affected. There's his eligibility to go back and back to Godhead. So you can know this person has transcended the modes of nature. This person is no more in the material world. Although the person is physically staying here, but actually this person is outside the material world. While he's physically living here, the consciousness is already in the spiritual world. That is Krishna consciousness. That is devotional service. That is the sign that one has transcended the modes. And Krishna continued. Who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active. In this world, or the process of becoming successful in Krishna consciousness, there are so many facilities, so many activities which we have to practice to become Krishna conscious. One of them is that every one of us, everyone, has somebody that is very, very dear to us. We have an affection for something or somebody that is very, very dear, that I consider this person to be my best friend. It's my friend. A devotee who will be successful in Krishna consciousness is the one who will use this attitude, this relationship, this consciousness in this person and apply it with everybody. It's not easy. It is not easy. It is difficult. But that is the process. That's the process. Krishna said here, he remains neutral. What is neutral? Neutral. Is neutral. Means this is not my friends, this is not my likes, this is not my dislike, this is what I hate. No. Neutral means that one is equal to all, to everybody. That the affection or the love I have for this person, I should have that for everybody. That is Krishna consciousness. How do we do that? How do we do that? What's the process of doing that? The process of doing that is that at least at least in our heart, in our mind, in our heart, nobody should be in our heart as an enemy. Neutrality. There is nobody which I am thinking of inimically in my heart. That's the beginning. Everything has a beginning, and we have to begin from the beginning to get to where we want to go. We have to begin from the beginning. That in my heart, we are discussing the process of transcending the modes. The Christian will give more detail in the text 26. Here in the beginning, we should not have anyone in the mind as an enemy. So we should be neutral. Neutral. No one is an enemy. At least, I should not look at anyone with hatred, with disgust, with some agitations in the mind. I should look at everybody with good mind. Why? Because Krishna did not tell us in Bhagavad-Gita that he stays on the head. Krishna is not staying on our head. Krishna is not staying on our hand. Krishna is not staying on our feet. Krishna is staying on our belly. Krishna stays where? In the heart. So Krishna stays in the heart. So, for a perfect, supreme gentleman like Krishna to stay in the heart, there shouldn't be any contamination. If there is contamination, no gentleman would like to stay in a dirty place. Therefore, no one should be in the heart as an enemy. That is neutrality. So Krishna continued. He is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress. Who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal toward the desirable and undesirable, who is steady, situated equally in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats everyone alike, both friends and enemy, and who has renounced all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the mode of nature. So Prabhupada said, Arjuna submitted 3 different questions, and the Lord answers them one after another. In these verses, Lord Krishna first indicate that a person transcendentally situated has no enemy and does not hanker for anything. No enemy and no hankering for anything. Every desire brings anxiety. Every desire. We have transcendental desire, which is very good. You also give anxiety. But that anxiety is very, very sweet because it's pure. Material desires, they give anxiety, which is not pure, is contaminating. Therefore, it brings a lot of suffering. So devotees should practice not hankering for anything, even in the name of Krishna. Can be dangerous. Because we say Maya is very powerful, but how powerful Maya is, that we don't know. How powerful Maya is, we don't know. But we know that Maya is very powerful. Yes. But how powerful is Maya? She is so powerful that she can make material things look like spiritual things. And we can think, oh, I am on the process of devotional service. Prabhupada said in Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 9, 12, Purport. There are many devotees who are in Krishna consciousness who claim themselves to be devotees, but actually they are not devotees. Because in their heart, they don't accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. Prabhupada said they are outside. They are in Krishna consciousness. They are devotees, initiated, who are chanting Hare Krishna. But Prabhupada said they are not devotees because in their heart, they don't accept Krishna as the supreme. Did you see it? Do you see it there? 9:12 purport. There are so many devotees in Krishna consciousness who assume, they claim that I am a devotee. But in their heart, they don't accept Krishna as the supreme. Then you can say, how? How is that? If I don't accept Krishna as the supreme, so why am I here? What am I doing here? I'm here because I've accepted Krishna as the supreme. I see. Is it true? Where were Kamsa? Kamsa was in Africa or in America? Kamsa. Where was Kamsa? Mathura. Mathura where? Where is Mathura? Huh? Yeah, in Vrindavan, right? So he's a devotee? The devotee? No, Kamsa was not but that place is here. He's here in Vrindavan, in Mathura. That's where he is, not outside. So Prabhupada is correct. He knows what he's talking. So devotees should follow our teachings carefully, because no one becomes perfect by theory, just by hearing means what? Hearing means that I have heard something and I'm practicing it. That is hearing. I have heard something and I'm practicing that. I'm acting on what I have heard. That is hearing. One have not heard. If we don't practice what we are hearing, we have not heard anything. One who have heard will practice what he or she has heard. Just like one who is hungry and have seen food, would eat. Right? If one is hungry and have gotten food, you eat. So one who has heard was practice what he has heard. That is hearing. When he is actually out of the body, then he is out of the clutches of material mode of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. He should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord, so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. When one is conscious of the material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. One does not need his material body, and he does not need to accept the dictations of the material body. The qualities of the material modes in the body will act. But as a spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. How does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Thus, transcendentally situated, the devotee becomes automatically free. A devotee does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. What does that mean? A devotee does not desire to enjoy the body, because we know that this material body is different from the self. And see, this material body can never be enjoyed. It is not possible to enjoy this body. It is illusion. Matter and matter cannot enjoy. Enjoyment is on the spirit platform, not the body. Body is material. This table. How will this table enjoy? In association of a cup. How will they enjoy? What is the bliss? What is the enjoyment inside? What's the enjoyment there? They are associating very nicely. It's very close association. But how do they enjoy? The enjoyment comes in only when the soul comes inside. So this body remains useless until the presence of the soul in the body. So enjoyment is not the body. Enjoyment is on the soul platform. So matter cannot enjoy matter. The spirit can enjoy spirit. Because both of them are life. They can enjoy. That is understood. But Prabhupada said, at the same time, one should not try to get after the body. And so Prabhupada is not saying we should remain in this body. He's not saying we should remain in this body. It means that we should not terminate this body before the time. We shouldn't terminate this body before the time. Why suicide is, apart from the fact that if one commits suicide, one will going to suffer taking the body of a ghost. Why there's so much suffering? It's because it is cheating. It is cheating. We have used this body to commit so many sinful activities. When the scriptures are speaking, when the acharyas are speaking, we don't listen. And we consider them to be disturbing our self gratification. When the reaction comes, when we start paying for the reactions, now we are feeling very disturbed and want to commit suicide. So it is cheating. Intelligent person should not do that. The intelligent person should understand. Although the body is material, which is given to us by material energy, Jantra Arudhani Mayaya, Arudhani Mayaya. This machine given to us by nature, it can be used in Krishna consciousness to perfect our life. So terminating it is an offense. It is cheating, and we cannot become successful in that. So Prabhupada said here, he does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. He used the body in Krishna consciousness and naturally get the benediction or the blessing of becoming pure and go back to Godhead. That's the best way to use the base bargain. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, what is your questions or comments? Hare Krishna.
You were saying that you have to be neutral.
Huh?
You said you have to be neutral
Yes.
in recognizing everything. Just like you are speaking whatever Krishna is speaking. So we should understand that we should be neutral, and who is speaking, Krishna is speaking through you. So like this, we should have this in our mind that any speaker who is speaking about Krishna. He is not speaking anything about his own activity coming in the mind. He is speaking what Krishna spoken about. We are copying the notes, we are doing this, but we cannot understand that we should be neutral and always see that Krishna is speaking, and we should attend the class always in association with the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Yes. We did not establish this. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of this movement, established this. And what is his mission? To give conditional souls chance to hear about Krishna. So, this is a chance for us to hear about Krishna. and get purified. And we have decided, of all the religious organizations in this world, have chosen Krishna consciousness. So why can't we come and hear? What a difficulty. If we have not made our choice, it's okay. But we have made our choice. It's our choice. Of all the lots, we have selected this. Therefore, we should follow it nicely. Why not? We should come and hear. We should hear. How many times Prabhupada stressed this point? To hear. As the reason for giving Krishna consciousness. To hear. Simply by hearing and putting into practice what we have heard, we will become purified. You see the Prabhupada's mercy and are very convinced about what he has done. So if you simply follow, we will attain perfection. It was unfinished. Hare Krishna.
When we discuss, you answer the second question. We have to keep in our mind the enemy. That means at least we should be neutral. But not in people general, even in our devotees level. One devotee chastises me. He knows all my activities. Another devotee encourage me. He is also know all my activities. Still, my mind inclined to the devotee who is encouraging me. This is still very difficult. How to?
Yes, that is the nature of the mind. The mind is not our friend. No intelligent persons will listen to the mind. Because what good advice do we get from our enemy? One who hates you. What good advice will he give you? He can only give us wrong advice. Because the person does not want our good. So the mind has convinced us that the person who has gratified my ego encourages me. And the one who told me the things I need to do to change and become a better devotee, you don't like me, is the mind. So the truth is that the person who has gratified our ego is not our friend. Because he never told us the truth. Yes, you are such a nice devotee, you are a very nice devotee. Yes. Yes, it is true. It is true, a nice devotee. But our actual friend will tell us, yes, you are a very, very good devotee, Prabhu. You are a good devotee. I like your style of devotional service. I appreciate it very much. The only thing is that since I appreciated you so much and you're encouraging me in my Krishna consciousness by association, the only thing is that when you are taking prasadam, you shouldn't talk. Otherwise, you're nice. You're nice. That's a friend. You see? That's a friend. Not a person who always tells us how best are we. It's not a friend. Because the friend is not giving us a chance to improve. Our friends are those who are giving us a chance to improve, because there's always a room for improvement. Always. Yes. So we should take the one who is giving us a chance to improve as a friend. And a sentimental so-called friend who is always talking. It's not so pure as a friend. He's not so pure in his consciousness as a friend. That's the truth. All right? Yes, Lord.
Same point. I'm not seeing anyone as an enemy. But I would like some more clarification on person who sees it manipulated. For example, if he goes out, he encounters so many different types of people. He won't necessarily express. If I understood, he won't necessarily express his love for everyone. He'll still act differently towards different people, but somehow he has the same feeling inside for everyone. Is that correct?
We see people are going to act differently. People will not act the same. They will act differently. Some people will act nicely. They will behave well. Okay, for example, we go outside and see a monkey is going to snatch your eyeglass. How are you going to react to that? Okay, I can take a gun. Bah! Because you will disturb me. See, I need this glass to preach Christian consciousness. And this monkey just disturb my Christian consciousness. You see, he's an enemy. Bah! That is wrong. That is wrong. Yes? Why can't we also feel that? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Anytime a monkey attack you, look at what you are thinking in your mind at that time. I promise you, it is not the best. Look at your mind. When the monkey attack you, you are not having food. You are having food, it's okay, you are attracted. But you are not having food in your mind, in your hands. You are free, and the monkey attack you. Please, look at what you are thinking in your mind at that time. It's not the best. Something is wrong. Please, check. Don't tell me, but just, this is a homework. Take it for yourself. We will not tell you a lie. We will tell you the truth. Because we care for you, so we'll tell you the truth. No. So therefore, we are not qualified to attack the monkey because he will have taken my eyeglass. Why? I'm preaching Krishna consciousness with the eyeglass. So you have taken my eye. How will I serve my Lord? Well, we should think that maybe Krishna is not happy with my service, so Krishna has taken my eye. Why not? So we should be sober. That is the sign of a person who has transcended the moods. It's a consciousness. He thinks, he does not see the instrument. He sees the cause. A person who has transcended the moods of nature is not concerned with the instrument. He's simply concerned with the cause. You understand? Do you understand? He look for the cause. So someone slapped me. The person who slapped me is the instrument. The slap, I'm the cause. Because I have done that before, and now it is being paid to me. Yes, I have forgotten, so I will not remember. But that is not the issue. The issue is that we have done that before, so it is being paid to us. Therefore, we should remain humble. If we remain humble, we will make advancement. So, we should not react to a situation the same way. Otherwise, there is a saying that the two wrongs cannot make a right. You are wrong, I'm wrong. So, why should you claim right over me, and why should I claim right over you? Both of us are wrong, so we are wrong. Right? So we cannot make it right. Hare Krishna. Okay, 2 questions? 2 or 3? All right.
If I understood correctly, just goes away
I was saying that material desires are dangerous, and Maya is very strong. That will sometimes the Maya will make a material desire to look like it is Christian conscious desire, which is not.
So that means like when we desire something, we have to be very sure if it is like.
You should check if it corresponds what. Oh, Krishna, I want to. Krishna, I have a strong desire to build a temple for you. My desire. Krishna, I want to build a very magnificent temple. Then we should check. The temple that is already existing, how are you taking care of that temple that you want to build another one? How are we maintaining the existing temple before we build another one? How are we maintaining that? So we should check and see if they correspond. Right? And okay, we have that desire, but the Christian have accepted it, but he doesn't want the physical manifestation. He has accepted the good desire to do something wonderful for him. He doesn't want the physical manifestation. And you're telling Christian, no, Christian, I want to build this temple for you. It is no more Christian desire. It is our own desire we are imposing on Krishna.
Thank you for your class illuminating. What do you what do you think about this fear about the fear of illumination or to go conscious when we think at the love that have our family, us, and this attachment we can use to attract them to Krishna? Because if I speak too much at my family, they say no, we don't want God immediately, we want just continue to enjoy, for example. So I must don't speak.
If you are preaching to your family members, and they are not accepting, don't force them. It is better you should become a pure devotee, and Krishna will liberate them. You should become a pure devotee, and Krishna will take care of them. If they are accepting, it's okay, you can continue. But if they are not accepting, don't force them. Just leave them and become a pure devotee. Krishna will take care of them. Yes.
Maharaj, how a person gets a host body, and if a person is killed or murdered by someone, so why he gets a ghost body?
Ghost body means we have left the body before the time. This body has a duration for existence. So if you terminate it before the time, we will take the body of a ghost. Pending the time this body has to exist before the next life will be arranged to have another body. Before that time, we'll take a ghost body, and that body we cannot enjoy material sanctification. We cannot enjoy spiritual life. So in the middle, so it's dangerous.
Ghost body is like a punishment imposed on you. So why this punishment for one who has been murdered by someone? Like it was not his fault.
It is his or her fault because the person has murdered somebody before. Now he's being murdered. Nothing happened for nothing. Everything has a cost. Everything. Because Krishna does not make mistakes. there's no mistakes. There's nothing like forgot. Huh? Or I did not remember. That doesn't exist for Krishna. In fact, it's not even Krishna that does that. It's Yamaraj who is in charge of that. So he is not a conditioned soul. Yamaraj is not a conditioned soul. He's a pure soul. So he knows everything perfectly and everyone. Everything. So he arranges that we are paid as we have worked. No cheating. See, it may appear that, okay, I didn't want to die, but somebody murdered me. It's because I have done that in the past. So it's being paid to me. See, it's my fault. We mentioned before that we should not be concerned with the instrument. We should be concerned with the cause. Last question.
You mentioned that there are devotees who have not accepted the heart that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So what are the symptoms of someone? Means how can we tell if we fall into that category? And if we are in that category, how do we get out of it?
A devotee has spent 21 years in this movement. A devotee, 21 years, is not this joke. 21 a year. And he's telling one devotee, I don't believe everything in Bhagavatam. I don't believe everything. Something I don't believe. Why is that? Why is something he believes, something doesn't believe? Something that my senses agree with, I believe. And something that my senses goes like, I don't believe. Is that spiritual? Is that Christian consciousness? Is that advancement? After 21 years, this is what one is getting. Someone has spent 40 years, more than 40 years in this movement, and he's telling another devotee. Is it another devotee? This movement, Prabhupada doesn't want black people. Prabhupada doesn't like black people. Only white. After 40 years. So what is that? It's a devotee, 40 years, he's a pujari. Every day he's doing arati. And he's speaking like that. After 40 years. So when are we going to start Krishna consciousness? What's the beginning of our philosophy? We are not. So when are we going to begin? It's after 40 years. Last question before we go. You understand? How to get out of heart? Read Bhagavad-Gita. I'm not the body. Prabhupada said. And Prabhupada preached the philosophy everywhere in the world, not only in India or anywhere. Everywhere. The same, you are not the body. You never see Prabhupada change his philosophy anywhere. It's the same philosophy he gave everywhere in the world he went till he left. Even here in Vrindavan, some devotees came here. I think Prabhupada now, so we're going to start hearing about Krishna dancing with the gopis. And Prabhupada didn't speak that. He was speaking from nectar of instruction. The nectar of instruction. And then one devotee asked Prabhupada, why are you always talking about you are not the body? He said, because you have not had me. You have not had me yet. Until when you hear me that you're not the body, then I will stop. I will speak something else. Till now, you have never had me. I've been speaking, you're not the body, but you have not had me yet. So I will continue to speak until you hear. Last question, Prabhupada. So to get out of the body, we should take our sadhana very seriously. We should practice sadhana, strict sadhana, strong sadhana. Read the scripture. We should hear from the right source. The illusion will be cleared. Then we can understand exactly what is Krishna consciousness.
Thank you very much for enlightening the spiritual quality of the spiritual person. Mother, I have just remembering in this chapter, Lord Krishna said, Arjuna, you should be equal every this situation. But in the first chapter, Lord Krishna is showing to Arjuna, see who's coming in front of you to fight. So he's showing this is your enemy and whatever is this side, this is your friends. So sometimes he say, see the equal. And here first chapter he say, he's coming to fight for the views, this is your enemy, you can fight with us. So that time we cannot understand what is the Krishna's situation compared to Arjuna. Second thing, one more question, Rupa Goswami also say, whatever favorable for the Krishna consciousness, we have to accept this.
Whatever?
Whatever we have favorable for Krishna consciousness, we have to accept this.
Yes.
So there is the one enemy and one friends. Enemy is the broke or enthusiasm. And friends, if you know enthusiasm, oh, chant now and rouse, chant this and chant this. So utsaha, nishchaya, dharya, that we can get from the friends. But the enemy, they broke our enthusiasm, everything again. So, of course, I say you should be accept the terrible things. So that situation, and these are two questions. How we should just clarify these things.
So in the beginning, Krishna told Arjuna, fight. So to fight means you cannot fight a friend, you fight enemy, right? And to fight, you must be angry before you do that. So Krishna tells Arjuna, fight. So Arjuna is angry to fight, to kill 640 million people. That's not a joke. So that is enemy. Right? Now Krishna is saying, you should not have enemy. So the question was, so how do we understand this? Yes. Krishna started teaching Bhagavad-Gita from where? We are not the body. It's elementary. In the beginning, we have likes and dislikes. That is good for us because you have like and dislike. Okay, if I don't have like and dislike, why should I avoid, keep away from some unfavorable regulations and follow favorable regulations? That means I have like and dislike. That is good in the beginning. In the beginning, we have to see this. But as we continue, as Krishna continues to speak a higher philosophy, and we are getting progress in Krishna consciousness, we have to come to the level of understanding that what we have learned in the primary school is different from now. Different from the stage of the university. Now in the university is a higher level of understanding. So what we were seeing before, it is not the truth. It's not the reality. So we are just being groomed to bring us to the reality. Now, Arjuna should understand that that is no more necessary. So it's finished. And the second question, something which is favorable we should accept, yes. And thing which is not favorable we should reject, yes. So what is favorable? What is favorable are the things which are helping me to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. And conditional souls, it is favorable for me for a devotee to tell me, oh yes, you are a very good devotee. Oh, I like your kirtan. Oh, I like the way you do japa. When I see you do japa, I don't feel like chanting again because I'm so satisfied with how you do your job. It's so nice. I relish it. Slabatino Takura said that is very dangerous. I'm very, very careful with the person who glorifies me like this. I'm careful. I consider this person to be agent of Maya. So But there are a condition so we can consider that, yeah, this is favorable, this is very good for me. You are encouraging me, Prabhu, continue to count all my glories. That is not glory because it will choke up one day. So what we consider to be favorable will be the source of our distraction. And we mentioned before, Maya is very powerful, though we don't know how powerful Maya is. So Maya can come in this way. We are finished. So a devotee should be balanced. In the beginning we mentioned, Krishna did not say one who is happy is going back to Godhead or one who is distressful is going back. He said no, one who is equal to both is considered to be qualified to go back to Godhead. So favorable situation does not make me happy, unfavorable situation does not make me sad. Every condition you must remain the same. That is Krishna consciousness. And that's what Krishna is teaching. And that is what is favorable. Anything beyond this is not favorable. It seems to be favorable, but it is not. So we should try to understand exactly what are the things that are favorable for me in my Krishna consciousness that I should accept. And what are the things? Sometimes the things which are favorable for us is what? Chastisement. So how do I encourage? You are not encouraging me. Yes, you are encouraging me. You don't chastise me, so you are encouraging me. You not encourage me. But that is what we need. So that is favorable for us. But for us, we may think, oh, this is not favorable because you always chastise me. Both are necessary. A responsible father who does not get angry sometimes to chastise the disciple is not a good father. A good responsible father must chastise, must get angry. Every powerful, successful leader gets angry. Arjun got angry to be able to do his service, and he succeeded. Hanuman got angry to be able to do his service. Srila Prabhupada was angry to do his service. When the Prabhupada was angry with the devotee. And the servant left where he was serving Prabhupada. He left. But Prabhupada came there, he was not there. So he went back to his room. Saying, other devotees, they came to see Prabhupada. And Prabhupada sent one of them to go and call His Holiness Navajendra Maharaj. So he was there. They called the servant. The servant came, Prabhupada was very angry. Where did you go? Your duty is to sit here. Why are you not here? Sit here. The devotee was afraid. Oh, Prabhupada is angry. So Prabhupada finished with the devotee. So Navajendra Maharaj asked, so Prabhupada, when you are angry with a god brother, a god sister, what should we do? We should not make our Guru Dev angry, but a brother have made you angry. So what should we do to that brother? Prabhupada said, oh, you should be happy. You should be happy that the Guru loved the disciple. He's giving him attention. That is love. So you should be happy that the devotee is fortunate that he has the attention of the Guru. So for a neophyte devotee, how do we look at chastisement? Oh, Guru chastised me. It's not good. That is favorable for our advancement in Krishna consciousness. So we should try to understand what is favorable, what does it mean, and what is unfavorable, what does it mean. Then we can act properly and become successful in our Krishna consciousness. Accept everything which will help us to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, including chastisement. So the chastisement is wonderful tool the spiritual master has to use to rectify and put the devotee on track for his or her successful Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad-Gita ki jai.